So y'all probably already saw this blown up on Twitter, but Sam Altman literally just scooped up the guy who built OpenClaw. Now, this is a tool that I run currently right now for my entire business, and I am not going to lie. When I saw this, I actually had to sit down for a quick second. And the reason why, and I'm going to tell you guys soon, is going to actually freak you out in the best way possible. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Jalen Feliciano. I've been studying AI for the last couple of years, being able to actually learn it so we can install it for other companies. So here's what I need you guys to understand, because this isn't just some tech news, right, that I'm going to be going over, or tech talk, I guess, right? This is more like personal, right, more than anything. Like, because I have clients currently right now running their business on OpenClaw, right? And I personally, again, I use this every single freaking day. Like when I wake up, my assistant already has things, handled for me, emails, follow up with leads, managing my schedule, giving me updates and reports on what's trending on Twitter, being able to make sure that my to-do list is good, like everything, right? And yesterday, which is February 15th, because I'm recording this on February 16th, Sam Altman literally posted on X that he actually hired Steinberg and the solo developer who basically built this entire thing, OpenClaw, by himself, to literally come and work at OpenAI, which is a crazy move, right? And OpenClaw is moving to an independent open source foundation. So now everybody and their mama, right, is out here debating whether or not this is good or bad, or if, OpenClaw is gonna, or excuse me, if OpenAI is going to kill it, right? Or is open source going to be dead? And here's the biggest thing that I'm going to tell you guys is I'm really going to give you more of an idea of what this means for your money, because I believe that's the only real thing that actually matters here. Real quick, before I even get into the video, if you're still watching this and you still don't have an AI assistant running your business, or you're new to AI or still trying to figure out how to actually advance with AI, go ahead and check the link inside the description down below. I do have a free school community that you guys can actually join. And if you're trying to figure out how to set up your AI assistant without it being so much technical, you can go to deployaclaw.com to quickly set it up in less than a minute. Okay, so now I'm going to actually read exactly what Sam Altman said on Twitter. He is the CEO of OpenAI, and he said, Peter Steinberger is joining OpenAI to drive the next generation of personal agents. He is genius with a lot of amazing ideas about the future of very smart agents interacting with each other to do very useful things for people. We expect this will quickly become core to our product offerings. Now, look at what Peter Steinberger said, who's the CEO of OpenClaw. He said, I'm joining OpenAI to bring agents to everyone. OpenClaw is becoming a foundation, open and independent, and just getting started. Now, here's why this may hit a little bit different for me. All right. I literally have this tool open on about two different browsers. Two different monitors, right? And I set it up for a coaching business literally a couple of days ago. I've already set it up for, a courier business. I have a courier company client who's using it to generate leads and give it to his clients while they're basically sleeping, right? So I'm already in this ecosystem every single day. So when the guy who built it gets hired by the biggest AI company on the freaking planet, it just, in one, he said, I don't know if y'all read it. He said, just getting started, which I don't know what that means, but that tells me I made the right bet. And more importantly, it tells me that you need to actually make this bet too, because right now I believe it's at over 145,000 stars, I believe, on GitHub, right? Which is the fastest growing open project source basically ever. And it's about to have OpenAI's full resource behind it, which is even crazy to even think about. I believe they said the deal is estimated anywhere between like 60 million or something like that to like 3 something billion. That's what I heard. I don't know. I'm not saying that's true. That's just what I heard. But the biggest thing is that Peter is trying to keep OpenClaw open source, right? Which is one of his non-negotiables. And that's the part that matters to us, for people like me and you. Now, here's the part that actually made me laugh a little bit. And if you've been following, it probably made you laugh too, because Anthropic, which is also known as Claude, right? They basically fumbled pretty bad. They fumbled pretty terribly, if you ask me. So I don't know if you guys remember when OpenClaw was actually called Claude Bot. It was CLAWD. And because it was built to work with Claude, right? CLAUDE, which is Anthropic's AI. Peter was basically the CEO of OpenClaw. He was literally driving millions of people to actually use Anthropic's product for free, right? And he was basically their best marketing, during that time, at least, right? During that actual window. And he didn't even have to ask them for it, right? He didn't get a percentage off of anything. And what did Anthropic do? They basically sent him a legal threat. They said, hey, we love what you're building. but you need to change your name, right? They probably didn't even say we love what you're building. They probably just said, yo, change your name, right? But they didn't offer him, a job offer. They didn't, say, yo, like amazing work. Like we would love to have you on the team. They just sent lawyers and they sent the cease and desist because the name sounded too similar to Claude. And a lot of people was thinking Claude was mixed in with Anthropic with Claude. So Peter, he basically renames it the same day. And the very next day itself, when he got that that actual cease and desist, and he changed from from Claudebot. Now Claudebot became Motebot, and then he didn't really like the name Motebot, and then he changed it from Motebot to OpenClaw, which I think sounds better personally. But it just keeps building and it just keeps growing. And where does he end up at now? At their freaking biggest competitor front door now. So that's almost like having LeBron James in your gym. He's wearing the jersey. He's bringing fans to your games. And instead of you signing him, you basically call your lawyer and you tell him to get out of here. And then the Lakers come and pick him up and sign him, right? That's basically literally what happened. Now, here's what this means for you, right? Because if you're building anything on AI right now, a business, a service, a side hustle, pay attention to which companies support their actual ecosystem and which ones to actually use itself, right? Because Anthropic makes a great model. I personally use Claude myself, but OpenAI just showed you who's actually building the future, right? So bet accordingly, especially when you're dealing with AI, use the tools, right? But build your business where the momentum is actually going. Okay, so here's what this means for your money, right? Because when Sam Altman says the next generation of personal agents, and then he says, what did he say? He said it'll quickly become the core, to our product offerings. Like, that's even crazy to think about. And if I had to translate that in plain English for you guys, think about it like this. Like, AI assistants are about to be baked into ChatGPT. Right. And if you don't know what that means, like right now, there's maybe a few 100,000 maybe people using, AI assistants. Setting up OpenClaw does take some type of technical experience if you're setting it up straight to your actual terminal itself, just because you're dealing with servers, configs, integrations, all of that. I just went to deployclaw.com. It was super easy for me to actually set up. And then, I just connected Telegram and boom, it was literally set up within a minute. So that's what I personally use. You can go here, you can select whatever plan, obviously that they have as well. And then basically you can have your own AI assistant running literally in less than 60 seconds. You don't need to install it on your terminal. You don't need any technical stuff. Now, the biggest thing, right, is when OpenAI takes Peter's brain and puts it inside ChatGPT, right, that's 100 million users getting access to personal AI agents, just like this, right? Now, think about that. The market just went from underground to mainstream overnight of everyone knowing about OpenClaw. Now, here's where it gets a little bit more scared for some people because some people would say, oh, Jalen, well, if it's built into ChatGPT, why would someone pay for setup? Now, I get it, right? I can see where that could be a little bit confusing at. I do get that. But I've been working with business owners for a very long time, right? I used to be on the front end of entrepreneurship. And here's the biggest thing is that we don't want to figure stuff out sometimes, right? It's not about what, it's not about how, it's who can do things, who can do the things that you suck at or do the things that you just don't want to do. And that's how most entrepreneurs move. Like they just want someone to set it up for them. They want it to be customizable to their business, right? They want to make sure that it runs, right, without them having to look at it. Like think about websites. Websites have been free to make for the past 20 years, just so we're all on the same page, all right? You had Squarespace, you had Wix, you had WordPress. Like in web design agencies, I still see them posting on Upwork and Fiverr, and I still see people running Google ads and Facebook ads just to make a website. And we all know that you can do this now with AI, but people are still buying it, right? But why not just go do it yourself? Well, it's because businesses don't want to learn how to go make an actual really good website. They don't want to spend their time doing that. They would rather just have someone do it right. And that's the same exact thing that's going to happen with AI agents. And the people who are already positioned in the marketplace, we about to eat. Now, here's what you should do, all right? And this is really, especially if you're a business owner, all right? Get your own AI assistant set up now, not next month, not when it becomes easier, like now. Because the fastest way for you to get it is, number one, you can go to deployclaw.com, just like I showed you guys previously, and you can literally have it running like before this video is even over, because I think this video may have a couple of more minutes left. The link is in the description if you do want to go try it out. Now, if you're an entrepreneur looking for an actual business to build an AI assistant like setup services, that's really going to be more of the play, because that market is about to be super massive. And Almost nobody is positioned for it yet properly from what I've personally seen in the market. Now, understand this is not just my opinion off of this. Like, I did a whole breakdown with one of my good friends, and he was telling me that people inside of his mastermind, it was a dude named, I believe, Pasha, who literally, he was given a presentation, and he was talking about how he replaced 6 virtual agents with 1 AI assistant. And that's 6 people we talking about, all right? And he was paying, I believe he said $10,000 to $15,000 bi-weekly for VAs, and they were going just like this. Right? Which sucks for them, but good for obviously the business owner. And, you know, he had 1 AI assistant that basically handles all of it, right? It was another guy named Cameron. He cut $23,000 a month in operational cost, right? A plumber. Like, think about like a plumber canceled a $40,000 consulting contract because he built a quoting app with his AI assistant that his whole crew now uses in the field. It's literally mind blowing. And the biggest thing is that these aren't people, like these aren't tech bros. Like these is not like people who's in Silicon Valley just doing tech all day. Like these are regular business owners who just got in early with OpenClaw and AI assistants and everything. And now they are having a unfair advantage, right, over every competitor who did it. So understand the OpenClaw ecosystem has, I believe, over, I think it's 5,700 features and about 50 different channel integrations, I believe that they have. It connects to your WhatsApp, Slack, Telegram, email, calendar, like CRM, everything, right? And now it's got OpenAI's full backing, full funding, and the best AI agent developer on the planet building it out, which is freaking insane. Now, if those numbers didn't sound wow to you, just go look them up. I'm not exaggerating. Go to Twitter, you go look at people's use cases, and then ask yourself, if a plumber can save $40,000 with this, what could it do for your business? All right. So think about how many hours you spend on emails, scheduling, follow-ups, invoicing. And now imagine all of that running automatically while you just focus on the stuff that actually matters. All right. So I'm going to bring this video home, y'all. Today was really just not really more of a news headline, but more of like a signal flare that I just wanted to shoot in the air for y'all, because Sam Altman just told the entire world AI personal agents are the future of OpenAI's product. He is going to put his money where his mouth is. And since he's already proven and showed us that by hiring the single best person on the planet to build it, and the tool still stays open source, so we all benefit, it is going to be a freaking amazing journey this year with AI. I've personally, again, been building businesses with this. I've been telling you guys for weeks that this is the wave. And today, the biggest AI company in the world said, yeah, Jalen was right. All right. So if you don't believe me, go look at my past videos. All right. I don't say that to brag. I really say that because I want you to take action. I want you to be able to capitalize and maximize off of this opportunity. If there's 3 things that you should be able to do today, number 1, you should be able to, if you run a business, go to deployclaw.com and go get your AI assistant running. It literally takes 60 seconds. All right. The link is inside the description. Do not wait. 2, if you're an entrepreneur, start learning this space. The opportunity is super wide. For you to actually figure out how to understand this thing called AI, because it moves at a very fast pace. All right. If you know, you know. All right. And the 3rd thing is go follow what's happening with OpenClaw. Like, this project is about to evolve rapidly with OpenAI behind it. And you want to be able to actually be paying attention so that way you understand exactly what's trending, what's new, etc. All right. And if you guys want, you guys can also look at the link inside my description, where you'll also see my free school community for you guys to be able to join, where we talk about everything AI. We go over everything AI. I show you guys how to actually set up OpenClaw if needed, and just helping you guys advance your skills with AI. And again, the links are inside the description down below. So if you like this video, go ahead and comment, subscribe, leave me a like, leave a comment. More than anything, I really just want to interact more with you guys. All of the love that you guys have been giving me means so much. So I personally appreciate you guys, y'all. Let's continue to keep learning about AI. Let's continue to keep evolving, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.